Dr. Wee, Secretary General of the Ministry of Tourism of Malaysia. Welcome, Dr. Wee.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
I wanted to follow up with you on something I read that you wrote about, and that is getting the average citizen in Malaysia engaged in tourism to make the visitors welcome to your country. Could you tell us a bit more about what you have in mind with that?
Okay, obviously a very important part of getting tourists to come back to your country again and again is to give them a memorable experience, a good experience that they'll not forget. And people factor becomes extremely important, the frontliners, the members of the public. And I think as we begin to look at tourism, the growth of tourism in Malaysia, we feel that Malaysia can actually become a tourism country. So we have to prepare ourselves to do that. Now, in order to prepare ourselves, we are running a program called Malaysia Welcomes the World. And Malaysia Welcomes the World is run in conjunction with Visit Malaysia Year. Visit Malaysia Year is to tell to the rest of the world, hey, please come over to Malaysia and join us in our 50th anniversary celebrations. But Malaysia Welcomes the World is more inwardly looking. It is targeted at principally the frontliners. We have an allocation in which we will be running training programs for frontliners, including immigration officers, custom officers, taxi drivers, shopkeepers, hotel staff, the entire group of the frontliners, so that they become trained, so that they know how to handle tourists. And the other thing that we're running together is also having a public relations campaign to the rest of Malaysians to say that people are coming to our house, they're coming to Malaysia. Please play your role as Malaysians to invite them and give them a good experience. So that is Malaysia Welcomes the World.
That's excellent. Malaysia has a lot of cultural and natural assets, and that has become very much of tourism around the world. Is that something that you have in mind or have already projects in place to leverage for the tourists?
Yes, culture has always been an important part of our tourist attraction because Malaysia is a multicultural country, multi-religious as well, although the Muslims might constitute about 56%, 60% of the population. We have people who are Buddhists, who are Christians, who are Hindus in our country as well. So we feel that Malaysia has such a rich culture, and therefore we should try to bring up the heritage that we have. The other thing about Malaysia is that if you look through history, we have the influence from the Portuguese, from the Dutch, from the British, and also from the international community. Many Malaysians have also gone overseas. We've been exposed to the global culture. So this has contributed to the richness of the Malaysian culture. Now, for instance, one of the there are two principal cities that we, especially if people are interested in heritage, we like to bring them over to Malacca, which was a Portuguese port, and we went over to the Dutch and then to the British, and it is a very interesting historical center, as well as Penang. So these are the two centers that we are especially paying attention for heritage tourism.
On the natural side of things, where are you focusing that?
Well, in terms of ecotourism, Malaysia is considered to be one of the mega biodiversity locations in the world, one of the top 10s. And therefore, we have millions of years forest, virgin forest, and a beautiful coast and excellent diving sites. And because Malaysia is quite close to the equator, so the sun will shine directly overhead. And you have the light going right into the depth of the ocean. And the amount of species that you get when you swim in the Malaysian waters is remarkable. And besides that, we have forests that have yet to be explored. We have many national parks that people could come and enjoy. So this is the other thing that we are selling about Malaysia, the natural part of Malaysia, the beaches, the seas, the mountains, and the forests.
So these uncharted parks and forests, as a tourist, I would be able to visit them, and there would be tourist guides and people be able to help me with that?
That's right. So this is an area that we are also focusing on, especially for certain markets. We notice that the markets from maybe from Japan, from from Germany, from Scandinavia, and from Europe. So these are the people, and even from the United States, people who are really interested in this on the ecotourism. So these are the areas that we are focusing on. In fact, in order to develop the ecotourism in Malaysia, we have prepared a master plan on how to develop ecotourism. One of the parks that we are hoping to get some kind of recognition is a geopark island of Langkawi. So these are some of the things that we are bringing up in Malaysia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wee.
Thank you very much.